Hi guys, the Iron Jarl here from Iron School Gaming, and today we're going to have a look at an absolute heap, loads and loads of Armoured Clash. Today we're going to have a look at the meat and bones of the Armoured Clash Imperium force that I'm building. It comes from the Imperium faction battle group. It's an absolutely stonkingly huge box, and it comes with some glorious pieces of kit, such as buildings, rules, tokens, measuring sticks, and all that goodies that you see on this picture. But how does it look on the sprue and out of the bags? Let's have a look, so stick with us. I honestly don't think I've got enough room on my desk. It's amazing. There's so much stuff in this box. I'm going to take it out bit by bit, and then we'll have a look at the sprues all individually. You get the tokens, the objective markers and things like that, measuring sticks. These clip together, and you have your measuring stick, turning arc for those big behemoths, and the objective markers. You get the leaflets that you get in all of the boxes. This has a QR code that takes you to armouredclash.com, where you'll find all of the build instructions as well as faction guides and orbats. Orbats are a source of information for how each unit works and how much it costs to deploy. There is a version 1 version of the rulebook. You get an absolutely stunning map, which I'll stick a picture up of over this, but it's absolutely glorious. Look, glory, absolutely glorious. You get dice. Now, this game's use proprietary dice rather than standard D6, and you'll notice they've got a variety of logos on. These are great. It makes for a really interesting game. I've actually got, which I'll unbox later, a set of Imperium logoed Command and Conquest cards, but you get a deck of them in the box, which is just the standard symbol, which is really cool. I'll talk more in the unboxing of the Imperium cards about how they work, but essentially they can be used from your hand to either give you a bonus or use to score victory points. So we'll put these little baggies to one side. Say little, that's huge. You get a load of the bases. These are textured, ready to go. All I'm going to do is when the model's bases are stuck in, I'll just put a slight bit of texture around to mask it. You get a load of these bases in here, as you can see. More. Even more. See, told you I'd run out of room. Underneath, you have the building sprue. These make some gorgeous buildings, and I intend to use these alongside some that I already have, because I was gifted some a while back, to make a board's worth of terrain. I'm also going to use some of the Adeptus Titanicus pieces, or Legions Imperialis if you prefer the branded now, to bling them up a little bit as well. But these are stunning. I mean, look at the detail on there, the little panels, absolutely stunning. You get a load of those in there, look, absolute load. 4 sprues it appears to be. Then we start to get the actual troops. These are glorious. See, there's some tokens down here as well, some cardstock, a couple of pieces of cardstock, but we're not interested in that. We're interested in models. So as you can see, these are absolutely stunning. Multi-part for some of them. Look at that guy. Isn't he great? Eh? Yeah, awesome. Oh, I love the backpack. You see the backpack there, look. And the standard. Look at those. There's the backpack. Isn't that glorious? So the flying guys, he's got a little jetpack with smoke coming off it. That's brilliant. So let's put that to one side. Get a couple of these sprues. 2, 3, 4 of those sprues. And then we get the Teutonic sprues. Now I have got a box of Teutonic sprues as well as a sprue that I picked up from a magazine a couple of months ago. But essentially you're getting 4 sprues of the Teutonic, which we'll do a proper unboxing of the Teutonic stuff But when I come back in a second, we'll have a look at the sprues that aren't Teutonic. Let's have a look at that. We get 2 sheets of the version 2 tokens. Really thick cardstock. These aren't going to wear too bad. They pop in and they pop out. You'll notice that got the game markers are double-sided. These have all things needed for in-game recording of stuff. Really, really beautiful artwork on there as well. Then we have the plastic sprues. As I said, there are 4 of these sprues within the box of the battle group set. And as you can see, the models are absolutely stunning. Even at this scale, they are jam-packed full of detail. Not so that it's intimidating or worrying to paint, but enough so they just don't look like little blobs of plastic. They actually look like men or jetpacks with smoke. Absolutely stunning stuff. As I say, you get 4 of these sprues and they make a multitude of units and vehicles, both conveyors as well as artillery and things like that. They are honestly packed full. There isn't a space really to put much more on this. They are glorious, and it's going to make the backbone of my army along with the Teutonic sprues, which we will showcase in a future video. Really glorious. Can't wait to show you these with some assembly and then paint, so do keep checking back. Also inside that you get a little commander. This guy here is absolutely glorious, and he comes with his little good boy, the dog. Look at that, isn't that glorious? Then my favourite piece, the Colossus. Huge chunk of resin this. Beautifully detailed. Really lovely stuff. You get 2 build options with this. I mean, look at the size of one of its feet. That's absolutely glorious. This is going to be a huge piece of kit. Well, I already know I had a demo game at the UK Expo. The demo was absolutely spot on. It really catapulted this into my vision, and I knew I wanted to share it with my channel, so I had to get some stuff. They've been really supportive, Warcradle have, and I really suggest you guys give them a follow on the socials. And also check out the range. We have it on our web store. We're running a current discount through to September of 2026. So do have a look and pick up some stuff. There's so many different factions and they all have different flavour. But as you can see, the miniatures are stunning. Really beautifully cast resin. Some of the best cast resin I've ever seen, let's be honest. It's really super clean. Don't know who does their resin casting, but it is insanely good. These are the shoulder pads. And they're wicked. So, that rounds out the battle group set. Hope you liked it. Stay tuned on the channel for more unboxings. And following that, building and painting. So, the March of the Imperium has begun. Let's see what it brings for our channel. So I've eagerly opened the box, cast that aside, and here we are ready to have a look at the exciting sprues that come inside the box. As I said, these are for the Imperium faction. I'm really excited to be working on these. I historically have done dystopian wars, and I've done an Imperium or Prussian faction for that. I'm focusing mainly on the Teutonic side for the Imperium faction for Armoured Clash. I picked up a magazine a few months back with the 3 sprue on, so I actually have 4 of these sprues. But inside the box, you get 3 of the same sprue. So, as you can see, the parts are absolutely glorious. The miniatures are stunning. Absolutely stunning. And as I say, you get absolutely loads for your money. These are glorious, stunning plastics, cast beautifully and really crisp. Really crisp. some stunning plastics from War Cradle Studios themselves. And as I say, you get 3 of these sprues, and it makes a plethora of different things, different units, and obviously the armoured vehicles that convey them into battle. Stick with us on the channel. We will be having a look at more Imperium goodies for Armoured Clash in the next couple of videos. So I've opened the box, and as you can see, you get some leaflets, a little pamphlet about warnings about resin and things like that. You get a nice little QR code, which is great. It takes you to armouredclash.com. If you're not a fan of QR codes, just www.armouredclash.com. It takes you to all of the assembly guides and all that sort of stuff. Then you get a really cool piece of kit. This is the flying stand. You get a couple of variants on there for you to use. The gorgeous sculpted Armoured Clash flying base. And then a bubble wrapped bag of resin. If you've never used resin before, all you really need to know is give it a good wash. So soapy water, hot soapy water. I actually use hot soapy water in an ultrasonic cleaner just to really agitate the surface and get rid of any release agent. But I'll be honest, these are not feeling greasy at all, but it's still worthwhile doing. As you can see, it's a highly detailed kit. And these represent a flight, I believe, of the aircraft itself. This is going to be an absolute joy to paint up. Really looking forward to this. And as you can see, the cast is really crisp and clean. There's no cleanup at all, really. Just clip off those sprue gates and go from there. Honestly, really impressed with the quality of the resin. Not sure who does the resin casting, but it is absolutely sublime. Really love it. Going to be excited to paint one of these.